Alright, I just wanted to make this video super randomly. It is 10:30 p.m. on May 27th, 2025. And I was just going to make it tomorrow, and I figured, why not just make it now, right? And the video, I always had a recommendation from my good friend Max to make content about, or that would help my younger self. And this would specifically be speaking to me of the last 1 to 2 years. And it's a financial related video. And I think I've posted a few financial videos before, but this one's a bit different for sure. It has to do with finances as well as some aspects of health. So what sparked this idea for this video was looking back at all the time and money that I had spent on things that I thought were going to improve my health, or maybe objectively do improve your health, but putting money and time and effort and energy into those things. It can be food, organic food, grass-fed, quality, whatever. Could be, grounding. I'll admit that I've bought grounding bed sheets. I think they have value to them, but I've used those. I had grounding sandals. I had red light bulbs. I had the blue light blocking glasses. All sorts of things that cost money. Some more than others, some less. And you get the point. And I spent so much time, and more specifically, money, investing in these things that, may or may not have a positive effect on my health. But what I wasn't doing during that time was realizing the ROI, the return on investment, on reinvesting in myself. Thinking that if I didn't invest $20 here, $50 there in my health, when it comes to the food and whatever else that I was buying, then I would be doing my future self a massive disservice. Now, of course, eating microplastics today or sprayed foods, sprayed fruits, vegetables, etc. It's not pretty. It's not a positive impact for my current health and my future children's health. But it's also the reality of where we live, right? I'm sure there's chemicals in the air here in Florida that I can't escape, right? I can't just move to Costa Rica tomorrow and escape them. So I spent so much time and energy into those things and not into myself. And I think looking back now, and I realized this many months ago as well, is the added stress from the added stress of feeling as if I wasn't doing enough because I wasn't able to acquire or afford at the time all of the things that I thought I needed in order to be healthy. The stress from that did more damage than just buying the cheaper thing. And as of right now, I'm not in an amazing, I'm not thriving financially. I'm not starving either, but I'm by no means thriving. Business is doing okay. Things are going along just fine, right? And, in the past, in the last 6 months, year, I definitely overspent on food, cafes, little tchotchkes, the red lights or whatever, the blue light blocking glasses, etc. And if all of that money, and more importantly, time, realistically, like the time and effort I had done or put into researching, whether it be foods or products, if that time was put into investing in myself, or even at the very least just resting, not doing anything, just walking, just laying down, just sitting and staring outside, all of those things I think are positive as well. I didn't realize they were positive until more recently. So to my younger self, and I'm almost 27. I'll be 27 in like 2.5, 3 weeks. Just being more conscious of where the biggest returns are going to be, and in my own experience, realizing that they were not in maybe where my gut instinct were telling me that they were in. Maybe it came down to marketing. Probably very likely came down to marketing, from social media and whatnot, or even just social circles in real life, um, and just realizing for today and for the foreseeable next year, 5 years, the biggest return on investment is almost always going to be onto myself. Now, with this slight change in perspective, it's not like I'm completely eating horribly, but I'm by no means, completely going out of my way to spend, $30 a pound on regenerative, rotational grazed, grass-fed, grass-finished USA beef. Would I love to afford that one day? Absolutely. Do I believe that I will? 100%. But spending $30 a pound on beef today versus $5, $6, $7 a pound, and having that extra money to put into new projects that I'm working on has a much, much, much bigger return, and consciously making an effort to remove that sense of stress or that sense of not doing enough by buying cheaper foods in the short term. I think that alone has been a huge, huge development for me personally. So, yeah, I think that's kind of all I wanted to say. But, yeah, because I know the version of me a year to 2 years ago would definitely think very much the opposite of what I'm saying. Would think every extra penny I have to reinvest into my health. Otherwise, I won't thrive and I'll be whatever. I'll be cooked. And again, it's not that I'm saying that these things can't have a positive impact on your health, but I think the biggest positive impact you can have on your health is, and this is so cliche, and I hate even saying it, but whatever, is the mindset. If I'm buying all the best food that I can, but I'm draining my bank account in order to do so, versus relaxing, take a chill pill, go outside, walk, get some sun, and eat okay food, that's going to lead to a lot better health outcomes in my experience thus far in life. So, yeah, it also leaves more room for other things, like travel. Not that I wasn't traveling before or during this, previous period, but just more time and energy and focus can go into doing other things that also have a positive impact on health. Traveling, camping, sleeping outside, sleeping in your car, sleeping by the beach, surfing, living by the ocean in a car for free instead of a multi-million-dollar home. It's good freedom. And I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I remember I saw a video. The guy was selling a course, of course. But the message he had, I think, was still very powerful. And it was this guy, probably mid-30s, early 30s, and he was at the Grand Canyon, a spot that I've been at before. And he was a trader. I'm assuming he worked remotely. I don't think he was from Wall Street directly or anything. Presuming he's a multimillionaire or he's just a scammer. Either way, his point and message were valid. And what he was saying is that, a lot of people get into trading to make a lot of money, and they buy a Ferrari, they buy their girlfriend a massive diamond ring, they buy a new house, they buy a vacation, they buy a plane, whatever. And all of these things, even if you pay for them in cash, they come with costs. You buy a Ferrari, you have to worry about where you park it, or if it's going to get stolen, if it's going to get damaged. If you buy a plane, same thing. Where are you going to store it? Who's going to pilot it? If you buy a house, same thing. The taxes and the insurance and all these things. And obviously anything you buy comes with its own cost. It could be emotional cost, physical space cost, financial cost, ongoing cost, whatever. But what he was arguing is that the thing that he bought most was just time to do things like go to the Grand Canyon on a random Tuesday and just hike it, right? And where I am right now is I have that free. I mean, today's literally Tuesday, and I went on a hour and a half walk in the middle of the day, and then another 1 hour walk in the evening, and went on a bike ride during. It's I have some level of that freedom, but there's still a lot of elements missing. Like I said in the beginning of the video, business is by no means booming and thriving, but it's all right. but I have a taste of that. So coming back to the money, again, I'm just rambling. Coming back to the money, yeah, it's just about finding the best ways to have an ROI, and it wasn't exactly the way that I maybe used to think it was. So, yeah, that's the whole thing. That's all I got.